talking about ASUU strike and all that, the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, said that government can't borrow 1.2 trillion naira to resolve ASUU crisis because government's total income is around 6.1 trillion naira, as there are roads to build, health centers and other sectors to take care of. He then begged parents to appeal to the union to sheath their swords. But with the recent decisions of 4 more weeks strike, does it appear to you that ASUU is ready to back down from their demands?
Well, when you start hearing people talk like Keyamo, then don't expect ASUU to end the strike soon. They are making things difficult by refusing to negotiate, by refusing to meet the timelines that they set all by themselves. The Professor Nime Briggs committee has submitted its draft report on the renegotiation of the 2009 Federal Government of Nigeria and ASUU agreement. Government has not uttered a word since that committee turned in its report. And that was a committee that the federal government set up by itself. You set up committees, they turn in their report, you refuse to do anything about the report that they'll come up with. If you think, as I've said before, journalist hangout, if you are convinced that what the lecturers are asking for in form of the renegotiation of this agreement is too high for you to pay, why don't you call them into a room and say, gentlemen, this is how far we can go? But to simply keep quiet and make no effort makes no sense. You've got to reach out to them, tell them that this is how far government can go. I do not see that happening. I just see a government refusing to talk and then trying to blackmail them to end the strike by refusing to pay their salaries during the period. They've kept them at home now. They've refused to pay their salary for 6 months now, believing that hunger could drive them to end the strike. But ASUU has gone through strikes longer than this in the past. So government has to realize that it is dealing with a very stubborn body that is not likely to back down, even in the face of hunger. So this is what we are facing. I do not have evidence that what ASUU is asking for amounts to about 1.2 trillion. Even if the revitalization fee, the revitalization elements of the demands that ASUU has made is up to 1.2 trillion. No one expects it to be paid all at once. It is a shame, and it speaks to the problem, our inability to generate enough revenue, that someone will imagine that because of 1.2 trillion that ASUU has to remain on strike. There has to be a way of freshening up infrastructure in the federal universities. The public universities are in shambles. The ones that do not have solid alumni who can make money available, infrastructure decay is the big problem that they have. And what ASUU is saying is this neglect of public universities has to stop. Instead of building new universities, instead of politicians in the National Assembly using universities as a constituency project issue by approving new universities and all that, they should just go ahead and fund the existing universities, stop creating mushroom federal universities, fund the ones that you have. But if government will agree to do this, we will really go far. But it needs to call ASUU and say, look, we have seen the draft report that Professor Nimi Briggs came up with. This is what we can pay. This is how far we can go. To refuse to do that and simply keep everybody in suspense is irresponsible, in my view.